So today we're going to be taking a look at my 68 F100. I bought this back in 2018. I paid $1,000 for it. It was a long bed. I did chop it down to, I guess it's sort of a medium bed now. I was going to do the full short bed conversion, but my dirt bike happens to fit perfectly in the bed. You can see I had it measured out on this side. I was going to do the other side too, but I decided to keep it a medium bed. I think it looks just fine. Don't have any problems with anything else. I think it actually kind of looks a little more even for the most part compared to the short beds. I guess you can see it's slightly forward this way where the rear end sits, but so I'll keep it like that for a while, see if anything changes on my mind of wanting to make it a full conversion short bed. I did cut the frame as well. I took 16 inches out of the frame. I still need to fish mouth blade it, just give it a little bit of extra strength. But starting at the front of the truck, when I bought this truck, it was wrecked on this side, so I had to find a grill for it. Found one on Marketplace. I think we paid $300 for it. We also got the front cowl there on the bottom that goes behind the bumper, and the piece that goes above the grill. Both of them are a little bit bent, but nothing too bad. The fender on this side was pretty messed up, and the hood, you can see, was a bit dented right there. Still need to fix that. So I decided to start tearing it apart. I took the front clip off. Let's see. When I did, the inner fender was all bent. The core support was bent. This side's inner fender was fine. So I decided to take all that off. Got it down to just the frame in the front, and the frame on one side was bent inwards pretty far, so I ended up having to take this to a frame shop. It was like $800 to have them straighten it out, which that was before I really did much with stuff like this. I probably could have done it myself with a come along and a torch just to get it where I wanted it. It wasn't really too bad. It was only in the front, not even far enough to where it goes to the engine. So just probably maybe to about here. But I did get some carparts.com fenders for it. I just scuffed them up a bit with the primer that they came with. Painted them with the Duplicolor Wimbledon white, and the paint didn't last too long. Part of it was I probably should have just taken that primer that came on them down quite a bit more, just to get a little better bond there. You can see the hood I did too, because it was black when I bought it. The hood's still in pretty good shape as far as the rattle can paint job on it. And then when I was working at Ford as a mechanic, I was trying to do cab mounts on this. I had the front radiator mounts loose at the bottom, or they were unbolted all the way at the bottom. The lower bushing was out. Just the top one was sitting between the support and the frame. And when I was using a pole jack to pick up one side to do one of the cab mounts, these fenders are like pot metal, so it just crinkled the fender right there. So either I'm gonna have to try and fix these, which honestly I don't really want to. I think I'm just gonna look for an original set of fenders. But I think the kid before me, when he had his accident, he hit a deer or something, but it pushed that original fender back into the door, messed up the door right here. So there's a bit of body work to do on this side for that. These wheels here I got on Marketplace from a 2018 Mustang GT. They're American Muscle aftermarket rims, but they're 19-inch rims, and the lug pattern does not match the F100, so I ended up having to contact, I called Bora wheel spacers up and I asked them if they could make adapters too, which they do. They're just not branded as Bora on their packaging, but they are pretty strong. They've been pretty good so far. They're, honestly, I don't know what size these are tire wise. So the fronts are a 245/40 R19, the rears are a 305/30 R19, so they do have quite a bit of width to them. I tried to tub the frame, or excuse me, tub the bed to get these tires to fit better. When I tried to put them on the first time, they were hitting that fender well, so I cut it out. I ended up cutting out quite a bit, which I didn't need to go that far, but I was going to weld them back in and just do a patch over the middle on both sides. I had them in my dad's garage and he thought they were trash somehow. I ended up throwing them away, so I'll have to either order some new ones and still put a patch over them, or just make some custom ones. Probably cut them out the rest of the way and start from scratch. I do want to C-notch the frame as well. A while back I did an axle flip. It's kind of hard to tell here. So I put the axle on top of the leaf springs, which lowered it quite a bit in the back. It definitely rides the bumps off, so it's not smooth at all. So before I hurt anything, I'm probably going to do a C-notch. I'll just use some 4-inch casing or something like that. Either that, or maybe I'll do a big C-notch, and I guess it depends if I want to lower it any more than it is. I do have a Crown Vic front end to put on the front of the truck. This is definitely the worst side body wise. Toolbox, I have it shortened down, but I think honestly I'm probably just going to cut this piece out completely because of that rust hole, and just do a patch panel right there, get rid of the toolbox completely. It was a camper special. I do have a good rust hole here I gotta fix, which I'll show you guys a video on later on. When I did my roll pan bumper, I was trying to patch this a little bit, but it's just so thin. It's just blowing through. So the more you go and try and weld to fill in the hole, it just keeps blowing more rust out that you didn't see before. So I'll probably cut out a good chunk of this and just re-weld it in. Same here. Try and make this seam look decent when I'm done. And then probably take the marker holes, these clips out, and fill those with weld. Same goes for the tailgate. Tailgate's in decent shape for the most part, except for this corner right here. Quite a bit of cancerous rust there, so probably cut out this whole section here and just weld in a new piece. That one shouldn't be too hard. I could probably go about here and get away with that. As far as the roll pan bumper goes, this one my brother bought me as a birthday present last year from eBay. I just welded it in. I did a little bit of body filler after I grinded down the welds, which I'll probably be redoing eventually. At one point we're probably going to paint the whole truck because the patina is only on the bed now since I had to paint the front clip. So we'll do eventually a whole paint job to match. I don't know if we'll stay with Wimbledon white. Originally the truck was Metal Arc yellow, which you'll see in the cab in a sec. But this side of the bed's a lot cleaner. Did paint the door panels black a long time ago. I need to replace this driver's side glass. Right now I just have the bench seat in it, but I do have a set of I think 66 Mustang seats for it. I just gotta make some seat brackets and probably reupholster at least one of them. But if I do one, I might just do both. Floor pans need to be done, which I have a set sitting in the shop there. We're going to change the steering wheel out, get some actually nice gauges, get rid of that crappily wired tachometer there. Right now it's a 4-speed with the granny first, so pretty unstreetable for the most part, unless you're just driving around town. That's not highway friendly at all. You're just screaming at like 4,500 RPMs the whole time if you're trying to go like 70, so we'll do away with that. As you can see, it does have that metal arc yellow that doesn't quite match the exterior there. Someone's painted it at some point. Dash is in not horrible shape. There's no big dents or anything in it, which I will be painting this too. Dash pad's got a couple cracks here and here. Gas tank's still behind the seat. I do have one from a Mustang to go in between the frame rails on the back. And this truck is a 390 with the 2-barrel, which it runs fine. I've tried to clean up this engine bay before when I did all that stuff. Painted the inner fenders, painted the inside of the hood. The front clip looked pretty good. It's just hard to keep clean with how much this engine leaks, and there's a lot of dirt at my work and my grandparents, and at my house. I live in suburbia, so it's not too bad, but I drive onto a dirt lot every day, so it doesn't stay clean for long. You could just see how much everything leaks on this. So at some point this engine's going to go to the machine shop. I do have a plan on making it a 445 FE, which is probably going to cost about $6 grand for all the parts to do it, and machine shop costs to have it bored out, and everything else they're going to have to do to balance it for the rotating assembly. So we'll see. At some point we'll do that. That's kind of why I'm starting the channel, trying to get a little bit of extra funding for all my projects. Right now there's no battery in it, but before I post this video I'll get a clip of it running for you guys. Thanks for watching, and have a good one. it.